As a true South African, we just can't be without friends, sports and a lekker braai. Introducing Kebaba, the original kebab braai. Skewer your choice of meat or veggies. Place in the kebaba and seal in the heat. It's smokeless for indoor and outdoor use. In only 15 minutes, you have succulent beef kebabs, barbecue chicken, assorted veggies, seafood, and delicious sweets. Kebaba is healthy. The fat just drips off and it's easy to clean. Anytime is braai time. Get your kebaba now. Hi, I'm Sarah van Sabi, and you know there's nothing like a good braai in South Africa, but sometimes the weather is not really good. So I'm going to show you today how to do a braai in your home, smokeless, with everything you would normally have on a braai place with this Kebaba. It's an amazing, amazing machine. Let's get started. I'm going to show you what I have on the table. I've got meats, I've got some parboiled potatoes, some mushrooms, some braai broekies. We're going to do this all. We're going to start with the meat because that needs to braai a little bit longer on the Kebaba before we get to the braai broekies. I've got some chops, some lekker lamb chops I've put in here. I've got some steak, just going to put that at the bottom, and just a little carrot right at the bottom to stop the meat from falling down. We're going to put this onto our Kebaba, and already we have our first braai vleis meat on the Kebaba. Now we're going to take our parboiled potatoes. And you can wrap these in bacon and they're as good with a little bit of if you want some veggies, put some veggies in between. And that's so easy, it's just putting them through the skewer and onto the Kebaba. I've got the chop and the steak and I've got the parboiled potatoes. I'm going to put a little boerewors on there as well. So put my boerewors right over the skewer. Again, little stop at the bottom to stop the boerewors from going down, and lovely. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to put it on. Just bottom first, in the top, and you slide it, and it goes into your skewer. These things are brilliant. It's got 5 skewers, turns around on their own, and in the middle it has an element that heats up lightning fast. And this is going to just grill everything. And over that, to keep the heat inside, I'm going to put over a heat cover, and this is going to keep the meat and all that boerewors nice and juicy. On the Kebaba, I've got my meats and I've got my parboiled potatoes. Let's put the meat aside and we can go to our braai broekies. It's very important when you do your braai broekies that when you cut them in the right size. Anything bigger than this will touch the element and it will give you smoke. So we got these braai broekies going, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut them into size so that they fit onto the Kebaba. I've cut my braai broekies to size and they look brilliant. Look at the little cheese and tomato. And you can put some greens in there. You can really make this a stunning little bread. I'm going to put this aside and we're going to go to the mushrooms. And this is going to be so easy. I'm just taking a few mushrooms, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to sprinkle some feta cheese onto them just to get that little bit of saltiness. And then I'm going to put some cheddar cheese on top of the feta. And the cheddar cheese is going to melt over the feta, and you're going to have the saltiness going onto the mushroom. You're going to knead up the cheese so that the cheese mustn't touch the element, otherwise it's going to smoke. So just tucking in the cheese inside to make sure it's nicely tucked inside. And now I'm going to put it onto the Kebaba. Let's open it and see how the meat is doing. Wow, you can just smell it. So firstly, I'm going to put in the mushroom skewer, and there it's starting to turn, and then I'm going to put the lekker braai broekie on. Remember, first bottom goes in and the top slides into the little hole, and immediately the Kebaba starts rotating. I'm going to put the heat shield on, and within 5 minutes this braai meal is going to be perfect. Now, after everything is nicely cooked, I'm going to start plating. So these little mushrooms, beautiful. That feta cheese, this is going to just taste delicious. And here's my steak and my chop. That's going to go onto the plate. A lekker boerewors. You can see how nice color the boerewors has. If everyone is complaining it's not healthy, there's a few carrots on the plate as well. Our starch, our lekker bright potatoes, and then my favorite. Look at this stunning braai broodjie. This is awesome. This is a plate of food any braai would be proud of. I'm gonna go and have lunch. You go and get your kebaba. As a true South African, we just can't be without friends, sports, and a lekker braai. Introducing Kebaba, the original kebab braai. Skewer your choice of meat or veggies, placing the kebaba and seal in the heat. It's smokeless for indoor and outdoor use. In only 15 minutes, you have succulent beef kebabs, barbecue chicken, assorted veggies, seafood, and delicious sweets. Kebaba is healthy. The fat just drips off and it's easy to clean. Anytime is braai time. Get your kebaba now. You know, you always want to do a romantic dinner for someone special and you don't know what to do. I suggest you use the kebaba. This is so easy, so quick, and you'll impress the lady like never before. I'm going to show you in 15 minutes how to do a lekker fillet with some potatoes, some veggies, and some garnish that's going to just impress anyone. So let me start by doing a lekker pork fillet with honey glaze and lekker cherries. I've got a beautiful little pork fillet here that I'm going to use. Start by just like a bit of salt on top, and after salt I'm going to take a little bit of honey and just smear it with honey. Not too much, I don't want the sweet to overpower the meat. And when it's drizzled with honey, I'm going to take my skewer, and with the skewer I'm going to start with some cherries right on the top, and the cherry flavor is going to drip off while it's baking on the kebaba, and that cherry flavor is going to infuse into the meat. So just 2 little cherries, and then sticking my skewer right through the middle. And at the bottom, this is going to look stunning when you serve this apple. You know that apple and pork goes well together well, and the apple also serves as a stopper to stop the meat from falling down into the kebaba. I've skewered my pork fillet with a lekker cherry, lekker apple at the bottom. I'm going to put into my kebaba. Put it in there and just let it stand there. I'm now going to do my starch, the potato, because that will take a little bit longer. So all I'm going to do is just skew a little bit of potato. I'm going to put a little bit of garnish on top to give them a bit of color. And then I'm just going to take my parboiled potatoes, little baby potatoes, and just skewer them into my skewer. This is like quick, huh? Anyone can do this. And just to impress the girls, at the bottom, a little bit of garnish. I've just skewered my potatoes, and I'm just going to put that into my kebaba. Bottom first, and then just slide the top in and lower it into the slot. And that's ready to go. I think I'm going to start this. I'm going to put on my heat sealer to seal all the heat and all the moisture in, and then I'm going to go to my veggies and my decorations. The meat and the potatoes are going. I can smell it. So let's go to the veggies, and the girls just love the veggies, and I'm going to make it so easy. We're going to use these little tiny gem squash. We're just going to skewer them, and they're already soft and they're going to cook so quickly. And these just look so beautiful. Look at those ones there. Look like little pumpkins. And just for color, a little patty pan. Beautiful. And it's as easy as that. It's all you need. We're going to put this into the kebaba, and it's going to cook within seconds. And then I'm going to go on to something that I love personally. It's my own favorite, bacon and cherries. It's just beautiful. And on this thing, the bacon is going to crisp up, the cherry is going to leak some of that sweetness, and it's just going to be beautiful. So I'm going to make 2 of them because I want my own, so you can have the other one. So all I do, I take my bacon. This is nice and lean bacon, not a lot of fat. I just skewer it, and I just take a cherry, and I go to the point, and I just skewer 1 cherry, and then just push the bacon through. Another cherry, bacon, cherry, bacon, cherry. I mean, it's easy as that. Nothing to it. Anyone can do this, and she'll be so impressed. And there we have it. And right at the bottom, just to make sure that the bacon don't fall down, I'm going to put a stopper. So I use carrot just as as a stopper so that the bacon don't fall back onto the kebaba. And there you have it. And this is going to turn and crisp. And just think of all these sweet stuff. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to make 2 of them. I'm done skewering my bacon and cherries. They're looking lovely. The meat, I can just smell it. It's beautiful. So I'm going to put the veggies and the bacon and the cherries on there. So they're not going to need so much time on the kebaba. So look at that. It's beautiful. You can see the fillets get some color. The potatoes are getting some color. I'm going to put these other skewers also onto the kebaba. You can see each one of the little skewers are turning individually, and in the middle there is a hot element, and that's frying and sealing all the heat inside. It's very important that you make sure that all your little bits are no bigger than the drip tray and the bottom, and that will catch all the fat that's dripping down. I'm going to cover it with a heat shield, and this is going to capture all the heat and make sure that that meat is juicy and lovely. It smells really beautiful. So I'm going to have a drink while this is cooking. The kebab has been going for no less than 15 minutes, so let's open it up and see what it looks like. Ooh, yummy. You can smell it. I wish you were here. This meat is really tender. It's going to look beautiful, and I can see the cherries in the back, and the potatoes are nice and crisp and dark, and everything has color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take them off one by one, and we're going to start plating. So the little pork fillet, and here we have our potatoes. You can see how nice and brown they are, and our veggies. The beautiful thing about this is all the nutrients are in here. Nothing has been removed by cooking it in water, etc. So this is very, very healthy. And oh, my favorite, the bacon and the cherries. That's why there's so many of them. So I might eat one before she gets here. So this is really so beautiful. It's so healthy. All the fat is dripping into the little drip trays. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this meal, I'm going to plate it into a beautiful, beautiful meal that you can be proud of. I've took all the elements, I'll put them on a plate, rounded off a little flour. She's going to love it. And you're going to have to get one of these kebabas now.